Shut up.
Okay. And we are live. Hey everyone.
Welcome.
This is Talking Bros, the first episode of the official Game Bros podcast. Today, we got 3 other members besides myself. We got Holland.
Hi.
We got Matt.
What's up?
And our special guest for today, Croft.
What it do?
Thanks for joining on short notice. As our other core member, Sam, is currently on an infiltration mission in Russia, I believe. So, yeah, he's going to be gone for a bit, but you'll get to hear him
Praying for him right now.
soon enough. Yeah, so today, well, let me just explain real quick. Since Game Bros, obviously we got a pandemic going on right now, I decided that the best way to get some fresh Game Bros content is to record with the boys and just have it be pretty casual. We don't really have any topics lined up, but we'll probably end up talking about music or movies or something like that. And for future episodes, we're hoping to get some different guests on, and yeah, so that's pretty much it.
That was a great intro, Jasper.
Thanks, that's very professional. I've been working on it.
Don't we have some, wait, what?
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 Yeah, this entire video is scripted, actually.
It's entirely scripted. Anyways.
Wait, I'm missing page 3 of the document.
I mean, I'll send it to you later.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
figure that. Croft have to freestyle this right now.
Okay.
So Jasper, he scheduled the thing wrong, and now everyone's really mad at him. It's all his fault,
Yeah.
right, Jasper?
Yeah.
Want to explain yourself for that?
So our original plan was to record starting at 3 p.m., not a.m., and Holland decided to do a nice Trader Joe's run around the time that we started recording.
Okay,
so
let me
we're gonna let him
me
explain all of this right now.
Okay, let me explain myself a little bit here. First off, I did not leave to Trader Joe's at 3. I was dragged there on my legs. They were pulling my legs. My father and my mother.
Okay.
My keepers, as I like to call them.
Right.
And
Your captors.
my captive. I'm a captive. And they drag me all the way to Trader Joe's. And I'm there at 2:30, and I'm like, okay, this will be fine. But when we get there, there's like a line around the whole block, so it takes us like 30 minutes to get into Trader Joe's. And once we get into Trader Joe's, I see Ryan Gosling.
Oh.
I see Ryan Gosling.
That's why there's a line.
Yeah, no, I see Ryan Gosling, and I tell him how cool it is to meet him in person. But I didn't want to be a douche and bother him.
Right.
Ask him
Yeah.
for photos. And he was like, "How are you doing?" And I was, I was taken aback a little bit. And all I could say was like, "What?" I was really confused. But he kept on cutting me off and going, "Huh, and closing his hand shut in front of my face.
Really?
And eventually I just walked away and continued with my shopping. And I heard him chuckle as I walked off, and I was a little bit, like, I don't know, he's like one of my favorite stars, and I was just a little embarrassed. But when I come to pay for my stuff, and this is where it gets weird, I see him trying to walk out of the doors with like 15 Milky Ways in his hands without
Really?
paying.
15.
15. And the crazy part is the girl at the counter, she's very nice about it and professional, and is like, "Sir, you need to pay for this first." He's like, "Sir, you need to pay for these first." Sorry.
Alright.
She's like, "Sir, you need to pay." No, I'm not okay.
Okay.
But he kept on pretending to be tired and not hearing her. And eventually he turned back around and brought them to the counter. But when she took one of the bars and started scanning it multiple times, he stopped her and kept on telling her to scan them each individually to prevent any electrical interference.
Oh.
What?
Wow.
Interference. No, he said interference, and then turned around and winked at me. I don't even think that's a word. I'm pretty sure he meant interference. And after she scanned each bar and put them in a bag, and started to say the price, he kept interrupting her by yawning really loudly. And that kind of made it hard for me to pay for all my stuff.
What were you buying there? What were you buying it at?
Flowers.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
if that story
was
is true, which it sounds like it
It's
is,
true,
I guess I've
yeah.
lost a lot of respect for Mr. Gosling.
For Ryan Gosling. I know, I really liked him in Blade Runner 2049.
I did.
Drive is a great movie, but
Boycott Blade Runner.
it was just really rude. And honestly, Milky Ways aren't even that good.
They really aren't.
Yeah.
Matt, what do you think?
I mean, I think Milky Ways are a little bit misunderstood. You know, like sometimes they're like, hey, like how's it going? And they're like, I really just want to know how your day is going. And some people just like don't hear them. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I think-
speaking of candies, this is the most professional transition ever. Halloween is kind of around the corner.
Yeah.
It is
You excited?
September at the time of recording.
Yep.
Yeah, so we won't be out and about, but I can't wait for some large candy bundles soon. Let's go through, I don't know, list our least and most favorite candies, I guess. Let's, you know what? Throw it to Croft.
All right. Well, I think baked beans are just a classic, right?
Oh,
I mean,
of
you
course.
Yeah.
you just can't deny they're a staple of Halloween, right? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, like my dad got baked beans on Halloween. My granddad got baked beans on Halloween.
It is.
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
the
It's,
longest living candy.
It just feels right, you know, to get a can of those in your bag. And you know, not to mention just the bargaining power you have. You know, like when you were younger, you go back and trade candy with your friends. If you got a can of those baked beans, man, you
had some
had
real
all the
power
power.
for
Yeah,
sure.
you could take someone else's bag just from
Yeah,
one
just
bean,
for the
you know?
baked beans. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know
And-
about you
and,
guys, but
know,
I kind of prefer when they actually just pour the beans into the bag. I don't really like
Oh
the
my
cans.
god. Well,
yeah.
because then what's great about it is the baked bean juice. It just gets all
Yeah,
over the
I mean,
the candy.
Honestly,
Which is great.
I think when you pour it into the bag and take it out of the can, it's a lot more contained. If I'm being honest, you know, than it was inside the can.
Yeah,
I feel like when it's in the can, you kind of get it everywhere, and it can be a little messy, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You're trapping the beans.
Exactly.
Let those beans be free.
Yeah, and
I'm
also
actually
that
good
gives
at
them more street value overall.
Exactly. Now, Croft. If beans are S tier Halloween candy, what is F tier?
F tier? I'd probably have to say just like I'd probably have to say gummy worms. It just looks stupid. Why would you make a candy that's a worm?
Yeah. Why would you ever want to eat worms?
Yeah. I think that's just like maybe the worst idea that anyone's ever had. I personally am repulsed by them.
Yeah. Compared to a
that
great idea like bean
Baked
candy.
beans.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's an awful idea. You know, there's a movie called How to Eat Fried Worms,
Really?
which I watched a lot when I was a kid. It's a great movie, honestly.
That's
One of my
nice.
favorites. I don't remember the plot of it, but I think,
You
but
like it.
all I do remember, yeah, it's my favorite movie, but I don't remember anything about it. But all I can remember is that there's this new kid at school, and one of the bullies, played by, I think, you know that redhead who's like, did any of you guys see Manchester by the Sea?
I do not know what that is.
Okay. But there's this redhead guy in it, and he's in like every movie, and I hate him. But I think he plays the bully in this, and I hate him because he's a redhead. But,
Yeah.
But anyways, he plays the bully. That's besides the point. He plays a bully, and at this point, he's like 11, probably. I assume he's a very small boy. And there's this new kid, and what the redhead bully man does is he puts fried worms in the new kid's cafeteria plate, and the new kid is like embarrassed at first, right? And everyone's laughing at him, but then he's like, "I love fried worms," and starts eating the fried worms.
Damn, the reversal.
And then and then all the other kids are like, "Whoa, this kid eats fried worms. How cool is he?" And I guess the movie is about taking something that would be bad and turning it into cool things. It's a message I've never seen before.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, that doesn't make any sense. That's like,
I think if I saw a kid eating fried worms, I'd think he was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, that
concept-
reminds me of a time.
That's how I
in
met
middle school.
Jasper.
The
Yeah.
concept of that is so funny to me. Of like you get pranked, and so you just decide to commit to it even harder.
Exactly, bro. Own it. That's what
Like
Christian.
imagine you see that in real life. Someone like puts dirt on someone's food, and they're just like, "Yeah, okay, watch this," and they just start eating handfuls of dirt in front of them. Like, yeah,
And
dude,
then all the
who's
girls
the
are
alpha
like-
now?
And everyone just starts swooning over them. Because that's what
Yeah.
happens in the movie. Everyone like thinks this kid's super cool. Anyways, Matt, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say that reminds me of a time in middle school where I remember walking by a kid who was just eating like a bar of butter, you know,
Wait, actually,
just like a straight bar of butter.
Ugh.
is this serious? Is this real? Because
This
I
is completely real. This is
Yeah.
this is not even a meme.
I actually know. I think I know who you're talking.
Yeah,
about.
I'm not gonna name names.
We're not gonna
but
name names. Yeah.
It was one of the most disgusting things I've ever
Yeah,
seen in my life.
I know who you're talking about. I don't think I was in middle school at the time when that was happening, but I definitely heard about
And just,
this
like,
person's antics.
We were walking by the kitchen, so we were walking separate directions, and this person was just like holding a bar of butter, like just like a banana, like you would hold a banana, and just imagine just like biting into a bar of butter.
Oh,
Did it have like wrapping on it still?
Yeah, I think the wrapping was still on it.
Okay, yeah. So you got the
How are you
peel.
gonna hold it? You gotta hold it by the wrapper.
I think that'd be really funny if you just were like holding it really hard, just gripping it in your hands. But
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
there-
an ice cream, but you just hold the ice cream.
the whole thing with butter though is I feel like butter is like just like it's only good on other things. Like that's the whole point of butter. It's not, it's like
Yeah,
salt.
yeah.
You don't just
What
eat
if-
salt.
Right.
But what if butter is actually good on its own, and things make like other things make butter taste better?
Interesting take, man. I've never heard that.
Butter,
Yeah, well, man.
butter is the meal. Everything else is just a seasoning.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what my mom always talks about sauce. Like it's like food is like a spoon for sauce. But what if every meal is just like a way to eat butter?
Yeah.
Have any of
Well-
you guys eaten just straight butter before?
No.
No.
I guess tried it. I've
I
tried it.
don't.
No, I actually used to
I
like
do not plan
genuinely
on
hate
it.
Yeah, you just
know.
hate butter in general.
Yeah, I mean when I was like younger, well, same thing with like tomatoes. I was like, no way, I'm not eating that. But
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
now
I don't really know what about it I was so against.
really interesting.
Yeah.
I have had just like
Just looking at
one
you.
time a small like bit of just straight butter, and there's like nothing. It doesn't really taste like anything. It just feels like you're just digesting fat.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
not very
my
good.
What you're
my
doing?
brother used to
Exactly.
hate butter too, and it was very strange because he kind of just decided on it one day. It would like we could put it in food, and if he didn't know, he'd be fine. But then like
Yeah.
someone passes around butter to put on bread, and he's just like, oh my
Yeah.
God,
There's
no.
there's stuff like that for me because one time when I was younger, I threw up on like I think it was Korean food, and I've never if I know it's Korean food, like I won't eat it because like I just start like gagging. But if I don't know if it's Korean food, then I'll eat it fine. But there's just that like mental like thing in my head
No.
knowing that
That's
yeah,
powerful.
Actually, no, that has happened to me. I don't know. I think when I was still living in New York, I think I just went off on a Domino's pizza one time, and I ate way too much, and then it all came out right after that, and I didn't eat it for like 3 years. I was like, no way, it's gonna happen
Wow.
again. But yeah,
I'm just gonna say I've had a recent experience with that, and it was at Panera Bread, and I was so trusting of Panera Bread. I was like, oh, it's so like natural, like all good for you, you know?
how could
And-
Panera Bread do this to me?
Yeah, dude. And I got like a grilled cheese with like 3 different cheeses, bacon, and tomatoes, and I think spinach. And I was like, this is gonna be a banger.
yeah, I think you didn't
gonna
you tell me
slap.
about this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was actually so excited about it. I was like, so good. And I like ate the first half, and I was like, oh, like kind of tastes funny, you know, like it tastes a little funny. And I like take another bite of the second half, and I'm like, you know, I should probably see what's inside of this thing. And I open it up, and the tomatoes are like shriveled, old, like compost-worthy tomatoes.
Oh,
And
Ooh.
I was just like, wow, that is disgusting. That is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
I'm
And
glad we're starting off this podcast this way, talking about throw ups. Anyways, go on with your story, Matt.
And so I take them out, and I was like I guess I just don't have to eat them. So I took them all out, and I like tried to eat the rest of it. I was like, I just can't mentally. And now I don't eat tomatoes anymore.
I'm
Really?
happy for you.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
happy you could get past that.
I can like look at tomatoes and I'm like, oh, there they are,
Yeah, they're
but
fine. Yeah.
not gonna eat them.
Yeah, you say tomatoes now.
Holland, I'd like to imagine I could just hand you a plate of Korean barbecue, and tell you it's normal barbecue, and you just love it. Start eating it halfway through. I'm like, oh, I did mention it's Korean barbecue, right? You just fall out of the chair, writhing on the ground. What have you done to me?
Just complete, just like anaphylactic shock right when you tell me it's Korean food. Well,
Yep.
it's not specifically just Korean food. It's like it's this one dish, but I don't remember what it's called. But it also the smell of that like makes me gag now. So yeah, what's like I guess I was about to say I'm racist against Korean food, but I don't think that's a very accurate nor politically correct thing to say.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
Speaking of Holland and his hate towards Korean food,
Uh-oh.
this podcast is sponsored by Gatorade. A little bit better than Powerade, but really not that much of a difference.
Powerade's
Yeah.
terrible.
Thanks for the ad read, man.
No.
I don't think Powerade is
How
even
long
a
is
sponsor us
Powerade
now.
even? Yeah, and I don't care. I don't want a single cent of their dirty money.
Their
Okay.
dirty, laundered money.
Yeah.
Yeah, who
There's
drinks
no
like
way.
Powerade?
Yeah. That's
How
what
can
I'm
they
saying.
sustain
There's
their
no way
business?
it's a money laundering scheme because nobody actually buys it.
They're like.
There's
When's
no
the
way
last
they
time-
make that much money.
It's a
Yeah,
blue
when's the last
brand.
time any of you bought Powerade?
Yeah, I think I did at tennis camp, and that was about it.
Yeah.
I think-
I used to buy it all the time when I played indoor soccer at XL Soccer World.
Matt is the soul. Matt is the
Yeah,
soul.
I was the only person, and then I
Yeah,
stopped
the only
playing
person who-
indoor soccer. And
I feel like indoor sports just don't work half the time. I feel
Yeah,
like it can be
unless it's raining.
But like, I don't know. I think
Yeah.
obviously stadiums are fine because they're like
No.
massive, but if
No,
you're like
no,
at a
they don't.
training facility or it's just
Yeah, I
Honestly.
always. My sister played volleyball for a really long time, and I hated going to the like big tournaments because they were always just like I was just inside for like 12 hours a day,
Yeah.
just like watching like
The sound inside of
Yeah, it's
a
so echoey.
volleyball game or an indoor basketball game
It's just
is
constant
maybe
noise.
one of the worst things ever.
And
Just
the
squeaks,
whistles.
the echoing squeaks, and the
oh
whistles.
Yeah.
yeah.
It feels like you're in like an insane asylum.
Yeah, it's like a limbo of just like
Yeah.
that would be that's a good I don't know. That's a good movie. Or no, see
What?
what's that one thing that's
Oh, your eyebrow?
Just
no.
Seems
No,
like
I
that
meant that's a
running with
good
Ryan Gosling
what's
really messed you up.
Yeah, it did. I'm still thinking about it. But no, what's that whole thing about the back rooms? Is that like an SCP or what do people call
Kind
that?
of, yeah.
back
Yeah.
rooms. Mhm.
I think it's
That's
more
what I was
just
trying to
a
compare
meme.
it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely more of a meme.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess what are those
But
things called?
there's
Because they have
probably
like
gonna
those
be a
creepy
video
stories.
made of it.
Oh, creepypasta?
Yeah. Oh, creepypasta.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say the limbo of volleyball tournament sounds like a good creepypasta. There you go. But
Yeah. Yeah.
You gonna keep going? You wanna?
yeah, I can keep going.
Going back to
We-
movies.
Yeah, getting back to topic.
Switching topics here.
Can you just like loop that for the
Oh,
entire
yeah.
podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was going back. I was watching like one of the recaps of I think it was either whenever Moonlight got nominated. Was that 2016 or 2017?
That was 2016.
Yeah, it was when he I forget the presenter's name, but he read the wrong card
Yeah.
at the oh god.
Yeah, that was
It'd be
awful.
So scary.
No, because I just feel bad for those people because it wasn't even like they read the thing wrong. It's just they got handed the wrong card, and like my
Oh,
biggest
really?
fear, yeah.
Oh,
So
Okay. I didn't know that.
so they were
For
handed the.
obvious
What's
reasons.
great about it is that they got handed the best actress card for.
Oh.
So when they were like, so what I think would it be even funnier is that, and the best actress that year went to like Emma Stone
Yeah,
for
it was
La
for
La Land.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I think would have been funnier if they said this year's Best Picture is Emma Stone,
Yeah, that would have been good.
because that's why they like. And if you watch the clip of it again, the guy is like
He's really
confused,
confused.
and he's really old, so he just like this is weird, and then
Yeah.
he hands it to the woman, and she just immediately reads it. But he's obviously trying to like get her to.
Right.
Yeah. But that was a very colossal mess up. And I think the year before that, the whole Adele Dazeem thing happened with John Travolta, who's a great actor.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see how many like colossal failures of events and stuff have been happening as of
Yeah.
recently. I mean, the one that I can
Yeah.
remember the most is definitely Fyre Festival. I just
Oh
think
my
that
God,
all of
that
it
was
is so
hilarious.
funny.
I love how they made 2 documentaries about that in the same like month. That was funny. But yeah, wasn't that whole thing like deeply involved with like Freak Jerry?
What?
I think it was Ja Rule.
Yeah,
that
Ja
was-
Rule like was one of the
That
main.
was behind it. Yeah.
No, but the like
Billy
but the company.
McFarlane and Ja Rule, I think.
No, but the company behind it was like the company behind it was the same company that owned that meme page with the
What
bad
meme?
word.
Oh,
Fuck Jerry.
Fuck Jerry.
really?
Fuck Jerry.
Really?
Yeah, if you watch, what's great about it, if you watch those documentaries, it says produced by Fuck Jerry at the end.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of them is, but the thing that's the whole controversy behind one of the documentaries is that Fuck Jerry was like involved with like the making of it, and they're also involved with Fyre Festival, so like it's one-sided, I guess. But yeah, Fyre Festival is crazy, and also funny that people actually bought tickets for it.
Yeah, what was like the legal outcome of that? Because I know they actually got straight up like prosecuted by the FBI.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean, it
know.
just
Or-
must have been
or
so much
something like
lost
that.
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was seriously.
I
Well,
mean,
didn't they like?
Lines.
Yeah, or remember fucking TanaCon and then Fuzi,
TanaCon.
whatever FuziTube
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. Did
God,
FuziTube
yeah,
ever?
the FuziTube thing was like actually
That was-
scary.
I
Like,
have
Well,
not
that was-
heard the
He-
word
What?
FuziTube. in so
FuziTube.
long.
yeah, he doesn't deserve to be brought up.
Yeah, he doesn't even deserve like
He's
the
so weird.
words.
Yeah.
I just I used to be subscribed to FuziTube
Yeah,
and watch
didn't
his
you see
epic
Jay-
funny homeless videos
Oh
where
yeah,
he'd
he
give
did all
homeless
those
people
terrible
money.
pranks on people.
Yeah, and then I unsubscribed to him, and like I would just like go through trending on YouTube every now and then, and like he just kept on talking about his hair loss, and then he was like, "I'm homeless now," and then he was like, "I tattooed hair on my head, but it looks bad, so I'm gonna sue the person who like tattooed the hair on
Wait,
my
wait,
head."
Holland.
Yeah,
So you're telling me that you unsubscribed and he like met. Okay, Holland.
he messaged me. Yeah, FuziTube would message me every day
Yeah.
because he was mad that I unsubscribed from him.
Yeah.
And he'd say,
Ever
and
since-
these were
He'd be like,
these
"Check
were
out
what
this
he
new
said.
Video. I think it's really funny. I think it
Ever
was
since
really
you
funny.
unsubscribed, I've been losing hair every morning. I don't eat.
You were my favorite
I've lost
subscriber.
15 pounds.
No, but yeah, and then
Can't
he
stop
did
thinking about
Fuzi. Well, it wasn't called FuziCon. It was just called like the date that it was gonna be, that it was gonna happen.
That
And
makes
he
no
rented
sense.
out. Yeah, he rented out this amphitheater in LA. That's like this really famous one. It's called like I forget what it's called. But
Yeah, the outdoor one.
yeah,
Yeah. God, what?
but
Yeah, I actually I remember it. It was like August. Oh wait, was it August? No, it was.
It
like
was-
July 15th. The only reason
That's
I-
right,
yeah,
it
the
was
only
July
reason
15th.
I remember that is because that's when my first album released. It was on the same day that happened.
he should have had you come. But he kept
Yeah.
on, but he kept on saying he was gonna get Drake to come, and so he started it. He started advertising for it. He said July 15th, and all of the posters had Drake on them.
Yeah,
But he had never talked to Drake about it,
dude.
and he
Yeah, did you hear
And
his
he-
insane
yeah,
story on No
his
Jumper?
ex- yeah, wasn't it that he like went to
He,
a
like,
club in New
he
York?
snuck into Drake's club and was like, "You gotta feel my energy, and you gotta come to the concert, bro."
Well, no,
That was,
he
like, so
apparently he
stupid.
said he made eye contact with him. Is
Yeah.
what he said. He said I made eye contact to him when he nodded, and so I knew he was coming.
Yeah.
And then he didn't come, and they had some like really crappy rappers show up
Yeah.
instead.
And then
But
bombed the
listen,
Rick, and then
their
like, stood
energy
on top
just
of a cop car
connected.
and yelled
Oh
aloud.
yeah, he sat on top of a cop car and started talking about Keemstar. We should start drama with Keemstar.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's how we get subscribers.
Keemstar is genuinely, I think, one of the worst people on the earth. That
Probably.
guy,
He's very.
I don't know.
just
I don't know
odd.
how he can live with himself. Like
Yeah, we
everything that comes out of his mouth is just.
Because let's all say something really mean
Repulsive.
about Keemstar real quick so he can talk about us. I think
Let's-
Keemstar is ugly.
He has
Let's just-
Keem in his name.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
Wait,
now
guys,
let's
I think it was kind of. I think he. Wait,
just bleep that out.
I thought it was.
Bleep
I
that
thought it
out.
was a joke. Wait,
Drop
do
a
we
left
not?
ski.
Do we
No,
actually not like?
I love
Wait.
Keemstar.
I
Keemstar's
love
my
him.
favorite YouTuber.
I thought we were
What?
being ironic. I don't want him to think I
Okay.
don't like him.
Yeah, exactly. We love you,
Oh.
Keemstar. Don't bully us,
Love you,
please.
bro.
But anyways,
Please shout us out.
please shout
Shout
us
us
out.
out.
But no, but there. What confuses me is like I go on Twitter and there's people who like actually like support Keemstar. Like who?
Yeah.
Why would you like watch Keemstar in the first place? Like, what is interesting about his show other than
It's
he
just
eats
like
popcorn,
stupid
which is kind of funny.
YouTuber drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well, I
but
think it's the same thing as someone maybe like Leafy is here. Everyone.
Yeah.
We were.
literally cannot believe he made a comeback. Like, I don't
That
know.
was so
I know.
funny.
He's got
I can't
banned
believe I
off of
watched
every
him.
single platform.
I'm
now,
just
though.
saying,
Yeah.
every single name that you're saying right now, like I haven't heard these names in so long.
Yeah.
I probably heard these when I was like 11.
Yeah.
No, well,
Yeah, that's
Matt-
what I'm saying. There's always a new batch of
Yeah.
12-year-olds to consume
Exactly.
this stuff. So we
Exactly.
Oh,
wonder,
Yeah.
that's true.
how are people
That's the
doing this?
thing.
Because we've already seen
Yeah,
this person's career just
Yeah.
unfold. But
these
there's a
yeah.
new batch of
the new
stupid
middle schoolers, the new
children.
edgy
Yeah.
middle schoolers.
to,
New
to
edgy middle
consume
schoolers.
that content.
We need new people
I'm what
to
you
stay
call
up
a
until
race
2 a.m.
realist. I'm a centrist, guys. Honestly, Pokemon's a thought, guys. I love that. That was so ridiculous,
Bro, women live life on recruit difficulty, dude.
Oh my god! No, but those people, the people who like watched Leafy and Leafy himself who like complained. Matt, I don't know if you heard about any of this drama, but
I've
like,
heard none of this.
okay, so basically, Leafy is here, came back, and like he made 12 or like 15 videos that all had Pokemon in the thumbnail, and they weren't all about Pokemon, but a lot of them were, and they were all like about how she was like lying to men, and all of the people who watched her were simps because she had a boyfriend, and like, and that she wasn't even that attractive. So like, and Keemstar was also kind of a part of this. And then, but what I love about that whole mentality is like I feel like simp is like a cringy word in general, so like I don't like using it, but like aren't they the simps because they're mad she has a boyfriend?
Yeah, I'm just saying that kind of makes them like
Yeah.
some sort of problem just because they're taking effort and time out of their lives to
Exactly.
talk about
Yeah.
this.
Exactly. So like, aren't they the ones who are the cringy ones because they're the ones who care?
They don't.
Obviously.
Dude,
Such
there is absolutely no purpose in trying to
Yeah.
dig into the psyche of that.
I
of
guess.
that kind
But I
of
mean,
behavior.
that's the thing. They leech into 12-year-olds' minds, and they're like,
yeah, you just
are-
gotta.
yeah.
I mean, you just gotta pray that enough people.
But anyways, he
make it
got
out.
banned.
Yeah, he's banned from like everything now. I think part of it was he was saying that like he literally just went on some show or something and was like, "Oh yeah, I have like an illegally owned gun that I just like go to protests with
Yeah.
it like
No,
under my
we
coat
could-
and like hope that
yeah.
someone would try and fight me."
Exactly, bro. It's so creepy.
Yeah.
But anyways, on a
He's
lighter note,
psychotic.
Okay,
On a
time to
lighter
get back to our point of
About
talking
barfing?
about
Baked
Halloween
beans.
candy.
All right, time to circle all the way back.
All right, I'm just gonna say it. Candy corn, or not candy coins. Those are awesome.
Candy
corn
corns.
are really bad.
I disagree
They
with
just
you.
have no.
I actually thought they were pretty good.
I love candy corn.
Yeah, I
love
think they
candy
were
corn.
my advisor's favorite candy, so I was just like chowing on those things all the time.
I love candy corn so
I-
much.
Why are you wrong?
I am not wrong. Why am I wrong?
Yeah,
I don't know. Why am I wrong?
Explain.
Croft.
Yeah, why are you wrong?
Explain the thought process behind having
Okay.
such an incorrect opinion.
Listen, here's the thing about candy corn is it's not like it's the perfect like in between candy of not too sweet and not too like bitter because and it has a really nice texture to it. I don't know how to describe it. It's just such a like easy thing to just like eat.
I think I might just have a traumatic experience with it because like
PTSD
one
from
of the
candy
first
corn.
Halloweens that I can remember, I dressed up. I was like 4 or 5. I dressed up as a cow, and I was really into like these fake. What was it? I think it was just a straight up fake guitar that you could like strum and it would make chords for you or whatever. And I was jamming out. I was really getting into it. And for whatever reason, I was like standing on a newspaper, and so I was like really getting into it. And then I fall over and like break a tooth or something.
I think it was
What
because
does
you were
that
in
have to
New
do with
York.
candy corn.
There's so much newspaper
Wait,
there.
I think it was
Wait.
either I chipped a tooth or like got a black eye.
But what does that have to do with candy
What's
corn?
that
No, I think I was like eating it right before. I was eating it right before, and I was like, okay, never again.
Never again. will
Candy
I-
corn did this. I'll never
corn did
forgive
this
you.
to me.
Anyway, yeah, that Halloween was ruined because I was
You walked up
injured
to
and
the-
very sad.
You walked up to the
You
corporate
really
offices of the company that makes candy corn
will
with
make
your
you pay.
with your black eye.
Yeah.
You did this to me.
I think
How do
my
you
worst.
feel?
I think my worst, most traumatic Halloween experience was one time when I was in I think it was in 4th grade. I was wearing this like zombie monkey. You know those like sock monkey
Yeah.
like
I know.
things? I was wearing that, but it was like a zombie thing,
Oh, yeah.
and and then it was kind of tight on me, and then a kid called me gay, and
That's a traumatic experience.
I had never, but here's the thing, like I had never been like that, I just never thought about like somebody being like, oh, you look gay in that costume, and then I like for the rest of the day. The problem was it was at the beginning of the day, and I had to wear it for the rest of the day.
You were like really sad.
Exactly, and I was like, I look gay in this costume, even though I didn't even know what gay meant, probably.
Man, maybe he
But
had
the
a
way
point.
he said it,
It's just my life
sounded
now.
really bad. So
I don't think I've ever had a traumatic event in relation to Halloween. Like I've a pretty set plan with my friends that we would always do when I was younger. We go trick or treating every single year in our neighborhood. Shout out to that squad. But yeah, I mean, we would always try to like hang out together and weigh candy. I think we were going for like largest weight in overall. When we get to like 8 pounds or
did
like
you
10
get any
pounds.
beans?
Oh yeah. I mean, half of it was beans.
Okay, good.
We have a pretty good bean neighborhood. There's a few like nice houses that
Neighborhood.
size beans.
Guys, we should all go trick or treating together this year.
Dude,
Let's do a trick or treating podcast.
One
Like
a trick or treating podcast.
our host or our special guest will be the people that we go to.
yeah.
Exactly. Oh yeah, we'll
We
just
don't
start
want candy.
interviewing
We just
people
want to
randomly.
interview you.
We want an interview. Tricker interview. Yeah. When's the last time you guys went trick or treating?
I think it was before I moved here. It was like 2017, I think. I went as V from V for Vendetta.
Oh
even
yeah,
though I didn't watch the movie.
that is epic.
That's so good, dude.
So I was like, oh, funny mask. I'll be that guy. And I was making plans with people like the day before, and then the night of, I was like, all right, guys, I'm ready. And they were like, what? We never invited you. Which was a total lie. Total
Dude,
lie. So I was like,
dude,
oh man, just so sad.
feel like-
Sat in my
I feel
room,
like-
and then I
Yeah.
found a group to go with, so it was okay.
Dude,
But
I feel like trick or treating always ends with always something happens where you're just like, oh, like something just
Yeah.
sad.
yeah,
Like,
there
wow.
was
Yeah, like
OD
when
on
you
candy or
when you
plans
kicked
to
my
happen.
dog after
Oh, yeah, I
really
trading
never had that
candy in
experience.
my house last
What?
year.
So
Let's,
Holland.
let's ignore what Croft said.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
What was that?
Nothing.
Hey, Holland, are you just gonna pretend like that? You're just gonna keep pretending like that didn't happen?
Can I just
We
say I've
never
never had
did.
that experience in my lifetime?
That's great, Matt.
Never had.
Matt, wait, has
dog
trick or treating
kicked
always been
by
good for
Holland.
you, Matt?
I mean, there was like a time when one of my friends didn't, but then my other friend and I just like balled out. Like it. Really
Great.
Dude, we were
Go
balling.
off, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, it's
I
a
think-
competitive sport, trick or treating. Really.
It is
Definitely.
kind
No,
of. I remember.
I
I
honestly
think
remember like making plans, like, oh, we got to go to this neighborhood. Like, this is the rich neighborhood. We
Yeah.
got to go get
Oh,
candy
yeah.
from. They have the full size or whatever. I remember trying
Yeah,
to do that.
Yeah.
I think the
You
last
and
time I
your-
went trick or treating was 8th grade.
In your
Like,
V
actually,
for Vendetta mask, like planning out a map on a sheet of paper, like putting pins in it.
I just remember. I remember really
Go
valuing
ahead.
100 grand bars.
Those are
For
good.
some
I
reason.
like those.
They're good, but I don't know why we like made such a big deal over them.
We got totally scammed by
Yeah,
I think
they're
it was
not that
Noah.
good. I think it was Noah,
convinced
yeah.
us all that they were like the cream of the crop because just no one had them.
Yeah, exactly.
So like we
yeah.
didn't know, but he was just like, "Oh my god, guys, I finally got one. This is so good." So he just convinced us all of that.
It has
So
value because
he
it's so
he
rare.
could get us to just give him all of our candy for 100 gram bars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Noah taught us
Hard
about
core.
currency.
I don't
Come
think I
on.
did any trading. I kind of just, I don't know. I
Oh,
would like
we did
hang out with
trading.
people, and then after we were tired or whatever, I just go home and eat it all.
You know,
In
I
one
would trade
night.
school, but commonly I would get so much my candy like halfway
Wait.
through.
What?
Did Matt? I think Matt,
Matt
you
just
went
gonna
cut
cut
out
out.
for a second.
Yeah, you're like good stuff.
We can hear you now, but
Yeah.
you just went. I just used to at school.
Yeah.
I would like be able to sell or not sell, but trade candy at school. But commonly I would get too much candy or like so much candy that my parents would hide my bag of candy from me, like halfway through finishing it. So every year I would be like so happy to eat my candy, and then a few seconds later, I just didn't have it. Like I had no idea what happened.
I'm sorry. I
This
think
is a
one
great
time I
metaphor for taxes.
Ooh,
exactly, guys.
Guys,
No, but
don't
I-
pay your
this is
taxes.
why-
That's the lesson
Yep.
of today's podcast.
Do not pay your
Professional-
Don't.
That's the lesson.
Professional
When I was
Gabriels
8
tip.
years old, my mom was like, "Whoa, you have 6 pounds of Halloween candy. You shouldn't eat that all in one night." And she took it and hid it in the closet.
exactly.
And on that day, that's when I decided that I was a libertarian.
Exactly, guys.
Very
But
formative experience for Croft.
speaking of candy and taking it, I think one time it was like 2 days after Halloween, and me and my sister had gone trick or treating together, and we had the same exact like buckets for our Halloween candy, and I accidentally ate her entire Halloween candy.
Oh,
She was very
no.
upset at me.
That's just an opportunity, and
Exactly, it's an opportunity.
Dude, remember
You
that
know
trend
what?
like from 2015 where every talk show host would be like, "Here's a video of these kids crying over their parents pretending to steal
I
their
think-
candy."
I think that's just mostly Jimmy Kimmel, and I think he still does it, which is funny
Yeah.
because like it's such an awful,
I
it's
hate
just, like
Jimmy
an awful
Kimmel so
thing
much.
to do.
Laugh
Jimmy
at these
Kimmel.
kids crying because they're genuinely upset. Funny.
Because their parents betrayed them.
He has
oh yeah, that's kind of
Kimmel had some of the worst bits on TV.
Yeah,
Like some of his segments of his show are really, really awful. He did one where he was like just calling into like doing video calls with random families and playing like trivia games with them.
yeah, and he
He just
always-
said they kept having like technical difficulties and whatever, so he's just kind of awkwardly like sitting there waiting for one of these random like middle-aged moms to answer his question just live on TV. He also did
Yeah,
blackface. Kind of.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he was Mike.
No.
Wasn't he like Shaquille O'Neal
Yeah.
or something like that? That was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
No, he was a basketball player though, and it was like especially bad because he was playing a character where he was like speaking in like broken
Oh
sentences
no,
Oh,
and like pretending to be really stupid.
that's rough.
Yeah, it's just
Guys,
Jimmy
it's not
Kimmel having a bit of a
racist.
gamer
It's just a
moment.
joke, guys. It's just a prank.
Guy,
You
Oh,
it
snowflakes.
was ironic.
You
Sorry.
snowflakes need to get it over your head. Okay, guys. God.
I'm just gonna say, Game Bros
Get it
is,
over your
is
head.
completely not in support of that opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are
Oh,
all grill pilled here.
we're all grill pilled.
We actually have
We're
no
all
opinions.
grill-pilled.
We have no stance on anything.
We have no opinions.
We do not support or condone anything.
complete
We are complete
epic
neutral.
centrist.
Yeah.
Complete neutral. Except on killing people, which
Yep.
we do support.
Yeah,
We're completely in support of that.
We're pro
We're
homicide.
pro homicide.
Yeah.
Pro no laws.
Yeah.
Game Bros
Yeah.
as a corporate entity seeks to abolish ideas.
Yeah.
No one will
Oh,
think
yeah.
I
about
don't
anything
think.
or
Yeah,
have
I don't
any
think
opinions
people
on
should be
anything.
able to think
It's
anymore.
just that, just
Yeah.
Game Bros.
Just
People will
Game
watch
Bros.
Game Bros.
People
they'll
will only
go
discuss
to
Game
their
Bros.
job.
And they don't need to think about it.
Yeah, they
can
talk
just talk.
with their work buddies about
Yeah.
Game Bros.
Dude,
They
Game Bros.
come
is
come
the
back
Matrix.
home and they watch Game Bros.
Yes, Game Bros
Yeah.
Matrix.
Yeah.
Game Bros Matrix, bro. Hell yeah, just live in Game Bros world. That would be incredible.
Do you take
This
the
would be
grill?
epic.
Or the
Well,
grill.
with that-
grill.
Guys, can we get a Game Bros burger?
Maybe. Yeah.
Can we make a Game Bros
Oh my
burger?
god! Oh my god!
Okay, I
What would-
know I've asked this
what would
question
be-
a lot, but like, I just think the idea of Game Bros being like really successful, like getting 10 million subs,
Which
and,
would
like,
be hilarious.
people doing this full time. Like, what do you guys think about that?
That's
I would be surprised. But I would also be like, this is pretty cool.
yeah. We need
at
to
the
wait.
same time.
We need to. I mean, okay. If we look at general trends of like humor among young people,
No,
I
it's
think
gonna
you
be
guys-
big.
I think you need like 2 more generations before
No,
the sense of humor
it's so
of the
low.
current
Our
generation
level
is so degenerated that they all like enjoy Game Bros.
Hey guys, let's make some funny jokes. Poop, fart.
Nice. That's a classic.
Cut this out. Cut this out.
Yeah.
Cut.
Let's just stop it right now.
This is getting better every second.
All right. I guess let's stop talking about this because this is the worst topic yet.
Don't we have Instagram questions?
Yeah,
Let's go to
I was
that.
just about to get into yeah, I was just about to get in the
Oh my
Q&A.
god.
So if you want to, I'll probably do this every. This will probably be the only reoccurring segment. So if you want to submit our questions for this
Actually,
year's
every
segment,
week.
this could be you. You could be mentioned right here,
Guys,
and you'd pretty
actually, I
much be
think
famous because everyone loves Game Bros.
exactly.
Be
Everyone
Be
sure
watches
to
the
follow
Game
Game Bros
podcast.
Official on Instagram, and we'll do a poll every day before the podcast. Give you guys
Yeah.
some time to submit.
And
some
make
really good-
Patreon.
make sure to
Patreon.
rate and
Yeah.
comment on this video, guys.
Give it 5 stars, please. All right. So first
Thank
up,
you.
5 stars on YouTube.
this is from my boy Dominic. He asked,
Uh-oh.
"Who is the best minion? Please be specific and use the exact timestamp." So he didn't specify whether he wanted Despicable Me 1, 2, or the Minions movie. But
Well, there's a third Despicable Me
right,
movie
yeah,
too,
or
Jasper.
the third one.
And they're
I don't know.
making a Minions too.
Yeah, you guys discuss this because I
Um,
have a strong opinion about this. But
Yeah. Now, Holland. I know you have an interesting relationship with Minions, right? But I'm sure you remember of at least this one. At 53 minutes and 32 seconds into the Minions movie,
Okay.
the Minion to the left of the crowd when they're
Yeah.
in Gru's lair with the funny glasses. I just
Yes.
really liked, just the energy he kind of emitted, the general vibe. I think we
Yeah.
all agree that Minion was pretty epic.
Yeah.
that's kind of controversial. But I mean, I can.
Yeah,
respect
I
that.
think there's a lot of question about that specific statement. I really think that you could say a number of different things about that, and honestly, it kind of draws back to a lot of oppression, honestly, between different societies and people.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think my favorite Minion, personally, is from the Minions movie. He's one of the main characters. His name is Stuart.
Yeah, dude,
And he's
Stuart.
he's the cool one. You know what I'm saying? He plays guitar. He's real sly. He's always got a little like half his eyelid down.
Yeah.
And I just I think I can relate to how cool he
He's
is.
definitely the Holland of the Minions movie.
yeah,
He's,
for sure.
he's
The
definitely the Holland. There's this one scene which I love where he's basically he
Can you give
goes
the
he
timestamp?
passes a fire hydrant. I don't remember the timestamp, but I'll try to figure it out for the next podcast. But he goes past a yellow fire hydrant and he thinks it's one of his friends, but it's not because it's a fire hydrant.
Oh,
but he's a
that's a
stupid
classic.
idiot
So
minion.
So
He's a
zany.
stupid idiot minion
Whoa,
who
whoa.
can't tell the
Hey.
difference.
Now, I also can't provide the exact timestamp, but I'm gonna have to say the minion from the first Despicable Me, whichever one creates the fart gun, because I think that's really funny.
Oh yeah.
I think that's
I
super
don't-
hilarious.
Dana, wasn't not a minion who made a fart gun though, Jasper?
I thought, well, there was like the professor guy.
Jasper is the professor, but I don't think that's a minion, Jasper.
Okay, well, one of the minions
You-
used it. Whichever minion used it, I think that's the third one. His name was probably Franklin. I'm going with
I can
That's
get
why
behind
I'm
that.
a little disappointed in your minion.
I think for me, my decision would probably go to I believe it's the third movie, possibly second movie, but I'm gonna move towards third, where the Yetis are all hanging out and they're like, oh, Yetis have to be the best, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the boss, and I think it's timestamp 37 minutes and 03 seconds, I believe is when it starts.
Yeah.
There's Bob is like kind of hanging out and he's like, oh, like I'm here, you know?
Yep.
And he finds like this boulder and he like pushes it onto him and
That's a good one. That's definitely that's a good one. You know, the ones I hate the most are the purple minions. Those guys
Oh,
are real
yeah.
rascals.
no, not those guys.
Those guys are real rascals.
They
They
make
get
me
a lot of they get up to a lot of trouble.
But really, when you think about it, it's honestly just a reflection of ourselves, because like on the outside we could be really mad and seem very upset, but really once you get the serum that heals you,
Or maybe-
whatever it was, you're just better and you're back to your regular
Wow.
minions.
And that
Exactly.
serum, of course, is alcohol, right, Matt?
Yeah, we drink alcohol every day and we love it.
Exactly every day.
When
It fixes everything.
When I'm up at 6 in the morning, just chugging down hard liquor.
I mean, that's what we do every
Before I
night.
get up for my day, I feel like one of the minions.
And that's
Yeah, I even
that's-
start speaking like one, and my
Uh,
skin starts looking like one too.
The last thing, have you guys ever considered, right? So the minions in the Minions movie, they were always working for like the most evil person
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
world,
Uh-oh.
right? And it stops
Uh-oh.
after a certain
So
point. but
wouldn't
think
they
about
be
it,
working
what are you
for
implying with this
Jasper?
question?
if that was canon, then you would first of all they'd probably be working for like certain like Genghis Khan and stuff throughout history.
Right.
Like if
I'm
those
sorry,
were canon,
hold on.
you'd have,
I'm
like,
just going to say Game
you'd
Bros
have,
does
like,
come
the-
across as with zero opinion, and I mean,
Yeah.
to describe
No
them as
stance on
bad or
anything.
good.
No stance.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
actually don't personally view these. We're just giving out
Yeah.
these options
Except
and
Croft.
ideas.
Croft
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
exception.
except Croft.
Yeah, Croft is the only exception.
Yeah.
He can have whatever opinion he wants.
But just, I mean, I think that's just like an interesting concept. You know, you just got, all the minions would probably be working for like Genghis Khan or like Alexander the Great or whatever. You know, like these like
Yes.
conquerors and stuff. And so
Yes.
also at any point in history, you could know who just the worst person is ever, right?
Croft,
You just-
I have a question for you.
They'd have to hide their minions.
I have a question for
I
you.
think
Croft.
that's why minions should be real.
Croft, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
It's a very important question.
Mhm.
If the minions were working for the most evil person right now, who would it be? Obviously not Groot.
Probably Matt. I think it'd probably be Matt.
Yeah. What do you think, Matt?
He just left. All right. Well, that's a great,
Okay, anyway.
great answer to that question.
You
So,
want to go to the next question?
yeah, next question. I'll just say first names to not completely dox anyone. So
No.
we got a question coming in from David.
Address.
You know who that is.
Earl?
And he asked, "Who's the coolest?"
Earl?
I don't really.
Probably
There's not
Sam.
much context to this question, so I guess the coolest person, maybe the coolest member of Game Bros.
Stewart. Stewart is the coolest.
Yeah.
Stewart's
He's
the coolest.
minion.
No, just coolest in general.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what, David? Maybe you could be a little more clear
Yeah,
in your questions
question
next
sucks,
time.
dude. We're not even
God,
gonna answer
David.
it.
This is
Come
why
on.
you're not a part of Game Bros.
Yeah. Well, also he's.
Anyway.
Well, he was a freshman, and
Okay, well, and also
we don't
the
accept
thing
freshmen.
the thing that is going to happen, the incident that hasn't happened yet,
Right.
but will happen.
In the future.
But we
timeline.
we know is going to happen. That we figured out by looking into the past, which is the future.
Right.
We saw the incident.
Yeah.
Which
And
is why it's
again,
not
and
called
again,
Game Bros.
no opinions whatsoever. Just on that last situation, we actually have no opinions on that. Completely
Yeah.
unbiased. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Next question is from Holland. I don't know really who that is, but he asked, "How did Game Bros make Spain?"
I actually think I have a good answer to that.
That's a hilarious question.
So
Whoever typed that was a real funny guy.
So we were kind of walking around one day in the good old Indian Ocean, and we're like, oh, let's create Spain, and yeah.
Where did the name Spain come from?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's generally where it came from.
Yeah.
Where'd the name?
Yeah, it's about where it came from.
Okay.
So we're moving on to the next question, and this is the probably one of the only genuine questions here from Samantha. How did Game Bros form? So this is interesting. This is quite a long
Croft
story.
and
but-
Noah Bush.
Yeah, pretty much. Most of you who view this channel are probably also familiar with the YouTube channel Super Mega. Yeah, they were doing a
Which we
Mario
copied
Party
everything
episode
from.
with the Tucker brothers, and the Tucker brothers mentioned on making a YouTube channel called Game Bros.
And we stole it.
Yeah, pretty much. Before that, I had done a bit of like random edited content. That's when we did Holland's Prank Show. If anyone
Holland's
remembers
Prank
that.
Show. Oh my god, Holland's Prank
That was
Show.
before Game Bros.
That was that actually before Game Bros?
Yeah,
That's a good movie.
yeah, very good.
No, that's a good
Yeah, I
movie.
mean, there's no like huge emotional story to it. We were just kind of like, we want to make stupid YouTube videos
Just
with
let's
no
make an emotional
substance.
story.
What do you say?
Let's make an emotional story.
Okay. Yeah. So one day, Holland was struck by a stray bullet after trying to jump out of a building.
Well, let me explain. Let me explain the context for that, because
Yeah.
this is where you come in. But what was
Right.
happening was, Sam Brothers had been kidnapped by a group of pirates,
Right.
and I
On top of the
ran
Empire
in
State Building.
yeah, on top of the Empire State Building, and I run into the building to come save Sam. But of course, the pirates with their cannons start shooting everything, and this is when the building supports start falling down.
Yeah.
And I have to
Three
do some
wooden planks that
parkour.
hold up the Empire State Building.
And at this point, I'm jumping around parkour style, trying to get to Sam. And then
Use that
and once
fifth grade parkour.
exactly
training.
using the 5th grade parkour training that I have, and once I get to Sam, I see a man by the name of Mr. Evil Man, and he has a gun. He has a gun to Sam's head. And then this is where Jasper comes in.
So I basically, with my superpower that I have, I flew into the building and I tackled Mr. Evil Man off the building, and I said, no, and I threw him across the globe and into space.
But-
And the pirates are very mad about that.
Yeah,
So Holland
the
decided
pirates are very upset.
Yeah, he decided to take his hoverboard and jump out of the building, carrying
Yep.
Sam, and
On
he
my
was struck by a
shoulder
bullet.
with my big strong
Yeah,
arms.
Matt was there. He was just watching. He was filming. The
Yeah,
entire
I was kind of sitting in a nice lawn chair off to the side.
Yeah.
sandwich.
Yeah.
And that's basically how Game Bros happened.
Yeah. And the
that
name
was a
Game
really
Bros
good
comes
question.
from
Yeah, that's how
the name Game
Bros
Bros
spent
comes
six- That's why
from
Game Bros spent 6 months in the
Greek
Philippines.
literature.
Greek literature.
So
Yeah.
great,
Our
said it all the
favorite.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Anyways.
next question is from Brad. Krispy Kreme versus Dunkin Donuts.
If you like Dunkin Donuts, you're an awful person.
I'm gonna throw this to Matt.
I have a good story about this.
All right.
So throughout my middle school years, my family would always try to carpool because I live so far from school, and we would always carpool with different people. And one thing that we would do as like a gift to the people who were carpooling with, we would occasionally stop at Dunkin Donuts and get like the little donut holes, not the donuts because those suck, those are terrible, they taste so bad. But like the donut holes, and the blueberry ones specifically were so good, they just always slapped. And yeah, that was kind of it. And
Man,
Krispy
that's a
Kreme
really
would
great
probably
story.
be
That's a nice
my
story.
number one.
That's a really great story.
Hmm.
What about you, Croft?
What? On donuts?
Yeah. Krispy Kreme
I
or
don't-
Dunkin' Donuts?
I mean, listen, okay. Okay. So I would have said I was a Krispy Kreme fan. But
Uh-oh.
recently, when Dunkin' Donuts came out with their special brand deal with TikTok star Charlie D'Amelio, called the Charlie, it really made me reconsider my opinion on that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, she's just so good at dancing, and why would I not want to
Exactly.
support
You know,
her product?
Wasn't it just
You know-
a PNG of her face? plastered on the
Taped.
donut?
you know, my
Just scotch
favorite.
taped to a normal
Oh,
coffee.
glazed
Yeah.
donut.
Croft, similar to you, I was
Scotch
a.
tape to a glazed
I
donut.
really, similar to you, Croft, I was a fan of Krispy Kreme before I saw that they were making a Ben Shapiro donut
Oh,
at Dunkin' Donuts.
That
It talks
And
to you.
that-
Doesn't it talk to
Yeah,
you?
exactly. We have a debate with it, and he goes,
you have to-
my mother's a doctor."
you have to debate it in order for it to be eaten.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and didn't you just have a very difficult situation recently with Ben Shapiro?
Yeah, he came to my house and killed my whole family. But you know, we talked it out. It's all
Yeah.
good now.
He debated me on it. I think his arguments were
Yeah, he
strong
said-
enough for
he
why
said, "Wait, I
he
didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Hypothetically, if your parents were evil,
Yeah.
if your parents did want to
Do something
kill
bad.
the whole world, then I could have killed him. I said, you know what, Ben Shapiro? That is a
I
great
forgive
and
you.
he just told me that
It's all
he
okay.
just told me that he just
And guys,
he-
that's honestly just reflective of Game Bros' completely non-biased
Yeah.
opinion.
Exactly.
And
Game
that's
Bros
just our-
believes in second chances.
Yep.
That's our motto.
That's actually how I met Bill Clinton. Not any sort of second chance, but I really had to use the bathroom one day, and I went to. So there's in the town that I used to live in New York.
Yep.
Apparently, Bill and Hillary live very close by in the town, right next to it. So, and they visit quite often. I'd never seen them besides that, probably because they probably don't go out in public too much. Anyway, I was like, wow, I really have to pee. Head into the nearby Dunkin' Donuts, nothing. Head into the bookstore right next to it, and there's like a man in a full suit standing outside with a little earpiece. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. I don't know why. So he opens the door for me. I'm like, thanks. He doesn't say anything to me. I head inside and there's this super tall dude standing at like talking to the bookstore owner. I'm like, bro, I really have to pee. I don't say that to him, but I don't know, maybe that would have been funny. He would have probably gotten a good laugh out of that. Anyway, he turns around. I'm like, oh shit, that's Bill Clinton. And he's like,
Wow.
I can't imitate his voice because
I always like don't believe you when you tell this story, but I know it's true, but
Yeah.
I also don't believe.
Wait,
it.
is this actually true?
Yeah, this is true.
Yes, it is
Wow.
true.
I had no idea.
Jasper
He's-
met
he's
Bill
very-
Clinton.
He's from
And-
oh yeah, he was like I'm from
Just do an Obama impression.
no, I will not do that.
For no specific reason,
Yeah.
could you tell me his exact address and where he lives and the time at which he goes to sleep?
Yeah, I'll email it to you after the
Yeah,
Cool.
every single
Man.
person that meets Bill Clinton, he just gives them all of his information.
Anyway, he was like, what's your name? I was like, Jasper. He was like, oh yeah, there's a town called Jasper in Oklahoma where I grew up. And I was like, cool. And then he left, and I was like, dude, can I use your bathroom? And he was like, we don't have one. And I was like, okay.
Oh.
And that's,
Well,
I got
that's
a
I'm happy
bathroom.
you met-
I got a bathroom
you know-
on a good buddy's island, though.
Yep.
Oh god. Anyways, I'm glad.
So
that's
there
just-
it was on the boat.
All right, let's
Let's
end this joke
move on.
right here.
Is there other questions we have?
Well, there's one from another guy named Matt. I don't know who that is either. He says,
Okay.
Jasper music good or bad? Please censor. Thank you.
Please censor.
I don't know what
Please
that means, so we're gonna
censor.
skip that
Maybe you
one.
meant sincere.
You know, I think maybe he was saying answer and just had a little bit
No.
of trouble
I
typing.
don't think think so.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Lincoln asked, "Have you ever tried a stuffed camel? Look it up. It's wild."
Wait, tried a stuffed
Yeah.
camel?
I looked it up before the show, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It is a full-size
Oh.
camel.
Oh,
Stuffed with
I'm
what?
looking at it right now.
Yeah,
I really.
That's
I
it
guess
is, a
Yo,
large
camels.
meal. It is a large meal.
how many?
You need
Yeah.
like 10 people to eat that.
That's larger than the person who's sitting down to eat it.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm looking at
That's
this up right
that's
now.
a lot of.
As in, like a camel
God.
stuffed with like
Yeah.
Oh my
Thanksgiving
god.
stuffing.
Think of like,
What
Yeah.
the?
yeah,
Also, oh my god, that's awful.
I don't
That's
really want to look at
horrifying.
it.
it's
I'm gonna not.
it's like
look at it.
Thanksgiving, but instead of a turkey, you have
Yeah.
camel.
That's terrible.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
but
Also,
epic.
I love that they just kind of like. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
All right.
Okay, next question.
That's it. We didn't get too
That's
many.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll ask a question real
Alright.
quick.
Well, then I'd like to keep talking about stuffed camels.
All right.
Okay, we can skip.
Very in-depth topic, obviously.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't
Oh yeah, Noah.
you know,
What? What is this?
Jasper, why don't you tell us about the thing you just did, you know?
What?
Come on, don't be shy.
What?
Go ahead.
I don't know what this is.
Um,
Don't be shy, dude. Come on, don't
I
be
don't know
shy.
what this
Come
joke
on,
is.
come on,
What?
come on. You know Ukraine. Come on.
What? What did you
The
say?
You know what you
annex.
did?
The annex.
The
Come on.
Are you gonna?
I don't remember it.
Come on.
The,
What?
we've been waiting this long for you to tell us the story about how you annexed Ukraine, and now you're just gonna pretend like you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was trying to get you to start
Okay.
talking
Yeah.
about it.
I didn't. You know, I've annexed so many countries at this point. That,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it kind of gets jumbled together.
Yeah, we got them all to subscribe to Game Bros.
Yeah. Basically.
All
we're-
152 of them.
Basically, we're taking over Eastern Europe.
Yep.
So we'd really appreciate it if you guys did that for us. Just start a few riots. We'll go over there to
Exactly.
talk to the main world leader.
Yep.
You know, I'll shake
Really
hands with
means
them.
everything to us.
Yeah.
All 153 of our subscribers are
Yeah.
Eastern Europeans. We have annexed, and we'll come. We'll annex your country next. That's
And
all.
we're
it is.
providing free everything, free
Yeah.
money, free food,
Yep.
free
Yeah.
games.
Guys, please leave in the comments
What
country
country?
you're in. So we can annex
Yeah.
that country
Also,
next.
please post your address, credit card number, and social security. That also would be really helpful. Thanks so much.
Give us
Yeah.
a profile on the prime minister of your country so that we can be as effective as possible in annexing your
Yeah.
country and making it part
You
of
know-
the Game Bros Union.
Yeah, I just gotta say something real quick. I'm going through the Game Bros videos right now, and I'm noticing that a lot of times we have more viewers than we have subscribers,
That's true.
which means
It-
one
it
of
means we
you,
have a very-
one of you little stinkers,
Yeah.
watching this right now, listening to this, is not subscribed.
Yeah.
Subscribe, or we'll come for you.
Yeah. we
I've
know where
also
all of you
noticed
live.
that Game
We'll send
Bros-
Sam Brothers to your house
Yeah. He's already
I've
on an
also
infiltration
noted-
mission, so he can do pretty
Oh.
much anything
when he comes back.
when he comes back.
Yeah. I've also noticed that the Game Bros PayPal account has $0 in it, and if we calculate out of how many our subscribers are, and then take the median net worth of
Yes.
of a person in the world, we should have a lot more than $0. So if you are subscribed right now, give us all of your money.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
For us right now.
We'll
So
start
that-
starting a Patreon where we will
Yeah.
provide no extra content. You'll just be giving us
Hmm.
lots of money.
Giving us lots of money.
The lowest tier
you
is
know,
about $1,000. So make sure
you know, my favorite. I saw this guy on Instagram the other day. On his story, he was talking about how he started a Patreon, and he doesn't even have a YouTube channel. It's this guy Aiden Gallagher from
right, well, I'm
from
gonna have
the
to-
Umbrella Academy.
Oh
okay.
God.
He's like a famous dude.
All right.
I'm not.
Yeah, I
I'm,
was.
so
I
this
thought this
isn't.
was like some person
Yeah.
that you.
No,
knew.
no,
I was
no,
like,
no,
oh,
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
have to-
No, this is
Censor
some famous dude.
Okay.
This is a very famous man. Well, he's like I don't know how old he is,
We
but
should insert a clip of his singing right here. I think
it's
everyone
really
appreciate
good.
that.
He's a really good singer.
Yeah.
But he has this one song called "Love" where he screams "love" for like a really long time,
That's
and
nice.
I love the song. But what I loved about it was, so he had like 3 tiers, and the final one was like, I think like it's not that much. It's like $50, but he was like, you'll have access to a private group chat. And on the private, I promise to visit the private group chat once every Saturday. And or like,
Yeah.
I promise.
I would love to pay
reply the
$50 for
group
that.
chat once every Saturday.
I'll
But,
leave you
yeah, so
all
I
in
guess
red every Saturday.
if you guys,
I will view your messages.
you guys can send me stuff, and I may or may not look at them. So I think we should copy that format.
Yeah. Yeah, we just have an inbox for people to send us things, and we reply.
And we will
if
not read them.
if we like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll open
So
up a
if
PO
we
box
don't
and
reply-
we won't even
only
read
send
them.
money.
If we don't reply, then we don't like you, and
Yeah.
you need to send us even more
Yeah.
thousands of dollars.
If we
And
really,
really-
don't see it, that means we hate you.
Really,
Yeah.
honestly, honest to God, we have no bias, no opinion
Yep.
whatsoever
Yep.
on anything.
On
No
anything.
hate, no like. Honestly, just nothing. We're just
Game bros.
completely
No
We are game bros.
No emotion,
We are
just-
game bros.
yeah. We're just game bros.
We're just game bros, and that's what makes us so interesting. Is we have no opinions about anything.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes a person interesting. Is when
Right.
they don't think about anything. They're
just
just a
don't think.
blank slate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
they're
don't
just a
think.
blank slate.
Yeah.
They're like a jellyfish. They just do.
Exactly.
I think that's my
Hmm.
spirit animal.
Well, everyone,
No
Yeah.
brain.
I guess this is a good time to end it. We've been recording for about an hour now.
Damn.
Yeah, that was pretty. I guess that was pretty good for a first episode. We kind of didn't quite
Thank
hold
the
a
3 people.
topic for too long,
And,
but that's whatever. That's what a podcast
Hey,
is
we
about.
talked about
Yeah.
Halloween candy for a pretty long
On
time.
the
You know,
next
I think
episode,
Yeah, we were
we're gonna
bros.
find
Talk
out
more about
about
Halloween.
how
Yeah,
we're
we'll
gonna
talk
find
about
out
more
about,
Halloween candy, more Ryan
Talk
Gosling,
about more
funny
minions.
moments.
and also how the Prime Minister of the Philippines became a Game Bros member
Oh yeah, of course.
Yep.
in our quest for world domination.
Yep. So
And if you
next
guys
time
like
on
this
Game
content,
Bros.
please leave a like down below and subscribe.
Yeah.
Turn the bell on,
And
Yeah.
remember,
and then turn
Leave
it
a
off,
dislike.
we
and
have
then
no
and then
opinions.
unsubscribe,
Yeah.
No opinions
Yeah.
at all.
and then subscribe
And then
again.
unsubscribe.
Yeah, actually,
and then you
however
can leave a
long-
dislike to
15.
but don't
Say your favorite person, and then say your least favorite person, and
Yeah.
don't
Yes.
say whether the person's your favorite or least favorite.
Yeah.
That's a fun game. I'm gonna name 2 names right now.
Okay.
Matt Lee, Jasper Ewing.
Oh wow. Man,
Well.
that really sure is a cliffhanger. Am I right?
And next week I'll answer which one.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Right.
Mhm.
Thanks for watching. See ya.